In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to try and show you how we can add fractions up. First of all, I'm going to show you by adding fractions whereby the denominator is the same, and then I'm going to progress to add fractions where we have a different denominator. This first example here asks me to add 2/7 and 6/7, two fractions both with the same denominator. To do this, therefore, I'm going to make sure that first of all my answer is going to be in sevenths. Then all I'm going to do quite simply is to add together the two numerators, the 2 and the 6, so I get a total of 8/7. That's an improper fraction, so I can simplify that by saying that is the same as, that is equivalent to 1 and 1/7. So 2/7 add 6/7 give me an answer of 8/7, which I've then simplified to 1 and 1/7. This second example now asks me to add together 2/3 and 1/4. And on this occasion I've got two different denominators. I've got thirds and I've got quarters. In order for me to be able to add these two fractions up, I need first of all to turn them into a common denominator. To do this, quite simply, what I can do is to multiply the two denominators. So for example, I can multiply the 3 by the 4. Then I can multiply the 4 by the 3. That's going to therefore tell me that my answers are going to be in 12ths. Having multiplied the denominator by the opposite denominator, I now need to multiply the numerator by that same denominator. In other words, I'm going to multiply the 2 also by the 4, and then the 1 also by the 3. So 2/3, when I multiply them both by 4, is going to give me 8/12. And the 1/4, when I multiplied both bits by 3, is going to give me 3/12. And now I can add those two together. 8/12 add 3/12 gives me a total of 11/12. I've added fractions with different denominators. Sometimes I might be asked to add mixed numbers, in other words, whole numbers and fractions together. A method for this is to first of all convert the mixed number into an improper fraction. In other words, I'm going to try multiply the 1 whole unit by the 2, which is the denominator. So 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. Add on then this extra numerator that therefore tells me is an improper fraction. 1 and 1/2 is the same as 3/2. I can now add that to the second mixed number, and like before, I'm going to multiply the whole number by the denominator. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Then I'm going to add on the numerator, which is 1. So the 4 plus the 1 is going to give me 5/2. So now I can add those two together. It gives me a total of 8/2, which I can then convert to a whole number. I can see how many 2's can I make from 8. That tells me as a whole number, I get a grand total of 4. So 1.5 add 2.5 gives me an answer of 4. I've added together mixed numbers with fractions there too.